When the board was approached about becoming a sponsor for the community market, I think probably for all of us, it was kind of a no-brainer. The community market started through members of the Anaconda Community Foundation, but to have new leadership taking it over and spearheading with a focus on the market itself and kind of bringing in vendors was perfect to fit within ACF's mission, to be able to be a sponsor and to be a vendor at the community market, to be able to continue to share the cookbook, which you can of course get at the market, but to be able to kind of just share the mission and the work that the Community Foundation is doing while being part of the new market is something that the board is really excited about. This has kind of been our labor of love, and I say our. There have been a couple of people who spearheaded this, but the Anaconda Cookbook is a labor of love project that's been in the work for years, and is something that we're super excited now to be able to give to people. That carries with it stories of Anaconda recipes and Anaconda tradition and history, and connecting, people and families here to food and through food, so that people can kind of continue to tell stories.
Anaconda has some very special bonds and ties that bring people together. And so we started looking at the history of that and how all of the different nationalities came to our little town when the smelter was booming. And they all brought their recipes, often not written down, but in their heads.
In their heads. But I guess we started out wanting to preserve what Mary Pat talked about, all these ethnic groups who came to Anaconda when the smelter was going. And when they first came, they stayed in their different areas of town. And they kept their culture, they kept their language, they kept their recipes, and their social engagements. But what did those social engagements revolve around? Food. So we thought we've got to preserve some of that. That was probably the instigating factor. But as we got into it, these stories started to come in.